Hi everyone, this is lesson number 2, Key Components of Conceptual Sketching. In this lesson, we're going to go through the main principles and key components of what a conceptual sketch is made of. But before we go into that, the purpose of a conceptual sketch is to capture the shape, the motion, the spirit, and the quality of a space that you design. It represents the core ideas and the relations of the project and its context. After you capture the essence of the idea of your project, this is where we're supposed to bring it into a site, a context, an environment, a surrounding that influences and makes our project react to that environment. And the concept sketch changes based on those parameters. All of those things we have to show in our conceptual sketch. It is presenting the whole process of elaboration and changing of our idea. It highlights the fundamentals like a context, the design evolution of each part, and we do it through the lines and the shapes, but we also write in texts and notes inside the sketch itself, wherever we want to complement the shapes and forms with an understanding of a concept in words. So how do we start basically with the conceptual sketching? The first part is to define the spirit of the project and represent it in very few signs and symbols. Then as a second stage, we explore the surrounding and establish new relations with the environment of the sketch and the project itself. If it is an urban environment, a natural environment, we show it in the sketch itself. And as the last part, we usually integrate other buildings, the close environments, and integrate with infinity. That means higher level of understanding of architecture when we connect it to the sun, to sensations, to feelings, to intuition that we feel from the place itself. And those elements give our project almost a timeless understanding of architecture. In the conceptual sketch, we show how the project evolves, can be part of the changing of that DNA, and slowly develops our project into its final state. We do that as we shape our sketch and keep it flexible to do all the different changes that we want, together with the descriptions of notes and some ideas in words next to it. Here is a beautiful example of one of my projects that went through the whole process from an inspiration to a conceptual sketch and then a design of a building. So the image that I had from my apartment was of that glass building, the glass cube that you see in the background, but it was distorted with this beautiful tree that was growing almost in the middle and cutting the structure of the building in two, just because of the viewpoint and the building that stands in the background. I was very inspired by that image and took the idea of nature cutting architecture and transforming the artificial spaces that we create and bring that natural flow and quality inside a building. So the first lines were just the understanding of the movement of a tree. And then what it does, how does it react with architecture? So it cuts the shapes and forms of the cube into a more organic forms in the middle. And from that point came the conceptual sketching, which you see here through these amazing, strong lines that cut from the ground all the way to the sky. They move through the building in the middle. They create this core of the building, and then when it comes to the roof, it opens up almost like with two arms, opens up to the sky and collects the rainwater and allows the whole middle part of the building to be a living element that grows vegetation and brings all the energy of the building inside, solar energy, water collection, rainwater collection, winds, everything that is natural grows within the middle part of the building. So we see that amazing flow from the ground, rising to the sky, and all the rest that is around it is the architectural shapes of a building that can revolve around it. So from few lines and ideas came this very quick conceptual sketch that turned into an image of a building and a project eventually in a very specific place in Tokyo. So as you see, this is the process of the conceptual design from an idea towards a final architectural design in real life. And how important the conceptual sketch is in that process, how it affects the whole design and how it evolves and allows us to be more innovative. And the conceptual sketch is actually like a laboratory where you can experiment freely with childish curiosity and see how extreme you can go until you feel that this is the right thing to pursue all the way to your design.